next on the 1991 Labatt Canada Cup.
The smartest thing any family can do.
CTV's coverage of the 1991 Labatt Canada Cup is brought to you in part by your local bottlers of Coca-Cola Classic. You can't beat the real thing.
We are all set to go. Game 3 for both these teams in the Canada Cup. Bill Ranford's in goal for Canada, and in goal for Sweden is Tommy Soderstrom. Puck slides inside the Canadian blue line. Ranford out to meet it. Tocchet with Smith, and Steve Smith will circle it behind his own net as Team Canada forms up for the first time. Al McInnes with it at center ice. Drives it down. Soderstrom down at his crease to hang on.
Don, the Canadian team start a very belligerent line against the Swedish best line. That may be a matchup to watch for. Tommy Soderstrom starts for Team Sweden. If you remember the play of Kelly Lindberg, the former Flyer great, his style is similar, and of course Bill Ranford comes back once again for Team Canada. He is undefeated. He has played very well in his 2 starts.
Sweden has 15 players with NHL connections, and that's more professional experience than they could muster for the World Championships, which they won in upset fashion back in the spring.
Look at this line on the ice for Team Canada. Corson, Messier, Tocchet. There's some belligerence there.
Here's McInnes. His shot from the point just goes wide. Into the Swedish corner. That's Naslund, ex-Montreal Canadian, back in there, getting some help from Lidstrom, number 4. Team Canada forechecking well in there. They come away with some muscle in the zone. Across for Smith, the defenseman all the way in on goal. Now Shane Corson centers it out. Nobody home, and for Sweden, Matt Sundin, Quebec's number 1 draft choice a year ago, brings it down the ice for Sweden. Team Canada changing on the go. Headman pass to Gretzky. Drops it off for Steve Larmer. Larmer going in left side. 2 Swedish players cover him, but he makes a centering pass. Sweden intercepts, and they're back in the neutral zone. They bring it ahead now to the blue line of Canada. Borje Salming with a weak shot. The now 40-year-old former Toronto Maple Leaf defenseman. Big Lindros is on the ice, and he lets the shot go. And it's a weak one wide. Back at the point, held in by Desjardins. And poked free by Sweden. Salming getting it down to Paul Coffey of Team Canada. They played a minute and a half. Sweden has won Canada Cup victory over Team Canada. That in 84. Coffey's shot is blocked. It is on the stick of Thomas Steen of the Winnipeg Jets. A rink-wide pass, left side. Across the blue line they come. In front, here's a great scoring chance. Ranford down to Rob Sandstrom. Point blank range, the rebound. Lindros is taken down, and it comes back out over the line for Steen of Sweden. Ranford saving it for Desjardins. Lindros taken down at center ice. Number 21 for Team Canada, Brent Sutter. The referee is Dennis LaRue of the United States, an American and Finnish lineman working with him. In the corner, Sutter bumping in there with Sweden's Garpenlov. Garpenlov behind the net. He's bodied, trying to get the centering pass. Sutter comes to help out, as does Bergqvist for Sweden. This is Berglund. Berglund watched by Murphy. Bergqvist gets a centering pass out. Then they lob it off the glass high in the corner. Murphy for Team Canada. Little flurry of dynamo against the United States on Monday, and Hamilton is on the ice. Graham with a check on the boards, and Sweden keeps the pressure on. Coming up on 3 minutes of brisk opening period action here. It is scoreless. Off the mesh, back of the net, taking a spill is Garpenlov, and we're going to have the first penalty of the day. Referee Dennis LaRue. And Team Canada will be a man short. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
Up to you.
Little Theo Fleury's in the penalty box. A 2-minute hooking penalty for Canada, just shy of the 3-minute mark.
The Swedes were forcing to the left side of the goaltender. You see Fleury with a stick in the legs of Garpenlov. The Swedes were pressing, Don. There's been 3 shifts. The first shift, the Canadian team, led by Messier, had a strong shift. The last 2, the Swedes controlled the play. Now the Swedes go on the power play.
Salming keeps it in play for Berglund down the near boards. Back to Borje Salming. Cross on the far side of the ice. Sweden taking time to work the power play. Lidstrom with it down to the far side. Back to Salming, right point. Salming a bad pass for Lidstrom, and they have to regroup.
Team Sweden 1 for 7 on their power play over their first 2 games. A goal by Kjell Samuelsson. And this has been something that's missing for the Swedes so far, has been their play on the power play.
Lidstrom try to set up the dangerous Mats Sundin. Instead it slides to Rundqvist against McInnes. 45 seconds gone, and Fleury's penalty for Canada. There's Bergqvist setting it up. Oh, a great scoring chance right in front. And Mats Sundin was unable to get a good shot away at close range. Gretzky is on the ice now. On with the muscle of Messier. Sweet changing on the go. Long lead pass too far for Gretzky. 49 seconds left in the penalty, but here's a chance at a goal. Driven in by Steve Larmer.
The bench on a line change. Wayne Gretzky did the work in the corner. What a pass. What a marvelous pass. Gretzky there catches the puck, puts it in front, and Larmer just stepped into it. First shot on goal, the third shot on goal by Team Canada. Larmer, who leads the team with shots in this tournament, just stepped into it. Skated into a beautiful sliding pass with the screen set. Larmer just blasted it. The second shorthanded goal Team Canada has in this tournament.
Larmer one-times it, and Canada's got a quick lead, scoring while shorthanded. Still 30 seconds plus to go on the penalty. Here's a shot from Johansson, deflected wide. Over on the far boards is Alf Samuelsson of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Thomas Steen feeds it back to him. Across to Calle Johansson. That shot turned down in front. Larmer will feed it up the boards for Gretzky. Gretzky one-on-one going in. Coffey trailing. Coffey waits for the pass, gets it, and scores! 2-0 Team Canada.
Gretzky had to wait for the puck. While this happens, Paul Coffey is striding into the play. Look at this pass. We've talked about it now for 2 straight games. Look at this pass. He'll elevate it right over the stick, sit it down flat so Coffey can redirect it. And when the leaders do their job early in games, and when your leader is the best player, Wayne Gretzky's getting it done here. Wow, what 2 great passes and finishing plays, both shorthanded.
And only now is Fleury getting set to step back on the ice. Maybe Team Canada might consider leaving a man in there the way they're going. A 2-0 lead on shorthanded goals. Murphy now for Tocchet. Voracek keeps it in for Sweden. Little Fleury bumping in there with Bergqvist of Sweden. Bergqvist forechecking on the near boards. Shanahan has it. His rink wide pass to Murphy. Murphy brings it forward now inside the blue line of Sweden. In front, there's a shot by Shanahan, just drifting wide. Almost 3-0 right there. A crunching check in the corner as play goes down to the Team Canada zone. Icing has been waved off. They change in the go.
Don, that was Lindros hitting the Swedish team's biggest player, Kjell Samuelsson, and he pasted him.
Shanahan with Lindros. They skate inside the blue line again. Here's Courtnall hovering, but it comes back to the Team Canada end of the ice. 6 minutes of fast-paced action with Team Canada getting a big jump at 2-0 on a pair of shorthanded goals. They didn't give Soderstrom much of a chance on either, thanks to the playmaking of Wayne Gretzky. Now for Sweden. Nicholas Andersson brings it down. He has got Lars Edstrom with him over on the far corner. Courtnall intercepts. Digs it free for Luc Robitaille of the Los Angeles Kings. And as Team Canada changes, he shoots it down to the zone. Andersson, as the Swedish player fell, they have to regroup now. Salming playing it up on the left side. Sweden changing as they move, looking quite disorganized now. Back on their heels. Gretzky, it's given to him. Here's the pass for Larmer, and Larmer got tied up by Thomas Rundqvist. Couldn't get a shot away.
Sweden had a dreadful line change. Could have been caught with too many men on the ice, and Team Canada is just starting to roll here.
Mats Naslund brings it forward now. taken down. Nasta tries to make the play. Dumps it in behind for Ulf Samuelsson. McInnes for Canada. Al McInnes, strong in this tournament, is turned back on this occasion by the former Montreal Canadian Naslund. Now Steve Smith. Past the 7-minute mark. Team Canada dominating. Calle Johansson playing it ahead. Naslund taken down by Smith, and it's cleared out to Gretzky. Gretzky with Graham. Feeds Graham. Graham going and scores! 3-0.
Starts all this by using a swarming defense. This guy has seen nothing but point blankers and goals so far for Team Sweden. Team Canada has Gretzky on a roll. Look at this pass. Good by through the middle. Dirk Graham doesn't even have to slow down to gather the puck. He just speeds up. Look at Gretzky sit the puck right in front. There goes Graham. Handles it nicely. Finds the hole. 3-0 Canada. Don, it started back in the Canadian zone. The Canadians' defense was swarming all over Naslund, all over Sundin. Turned the puck over and away they went.
What a show Gretzky and company are putting on tonight. 99 has set up all 3 goals in picture fashion, and Team Canada leads 3-0. Not yet are we to the 8-minute mark of period 1. Wave after wave of white and red sweaters in on Thomas Soderstrom. Sandstrom on the near boards is tied up. Steen tries to get it back to him. Sweden doing some forechecking here. They'll have to open up and gamble now, I would think, down by 3. Maybe break out of their normal shell. Here's an attempt at the centering pass by Elf Dallin.
Don, the Swedish team started quickly. But Ranford made 3 great saves early, but all of a sudden Wayne Gretzky took over.
This is Sandstrom shooting, and a sliding Coffey blocks that. Ranford gets a piece of the rebound. Here's a shot. Ranford stops that with a stick, and Team Canada takes over. 8.5 minutes in, 3-0 for Canada over Sweden. Canada changing on the go as the puck slides back to the Swedish corner. Salming taken down by Lindros. It comes across to Tocchet. He'll dig in the corner against number 4 Lidstrom. Down he goes. Tocchet up and after it. Johan Garpenlov can't control it. High shot. Soderstrom blocks that. Salming volleys it across to the corner. This is Tocchet. Falling, taken down in confrontation with Garpenlov. There'll be a penalty here, and it's called against Sweden. Salming will get the gate, and a Team Canada power play will come. This is the lament.
In the tournament make that Gretzky has been on the ice for 3 or 4 of them, as has Lindros and Larmer. Al McInnes has been on the ice for all 4 Canadian power play goals.
Harachuk wins the draw, gets it to Fleury. Searching for Smith, finds him left point. Steve Smith setting that back to little Fleury. Smith again as they play catch back and forth, and it's 1 too many over the line.
In Canada going with 4 forwards here, including Fleury back on the point for the power play.
Harachuk to Gretzky down the right boards. For Robitaille, couldn't find him in front, and Sweden manages to clear. Garpenlov shooting it down the ice. He'll skate to the bench on a change as Fleury resets for Team Canada. And ahead they come, approaching the halfway mark of the first period, ahead 3-0. Fleury banks one down the boards for Harachuk in the corner. Slides it across. Soderstrom couldn't contain that. Robitaille is taken down. Harachuk feeds Gretzky. Now Smith. Smith setting. Here's the pass, the deflection. Robitaille with the side of the goal. Almost tipped that one in. Gretzky makes his centering pass. Out it comes to Fleury. Back to the great one. Gretzky tries to make something happen off a skate and get a redirection, but gets a second chance now. Gretzky's figured it all 3 goals. Oh, and Smith right there at a glorious chance as Gretzky fed him beautifully. Harachuk sliding. Canada swarming on this power play. Sweden unable to contain them. Fleury with it. Past Gretzky. Now Sweden will take some pressure off at last.
just sit back, watch, and enjoy it. Wayne Gretzky is putting on a spectacular show of handling the puck, finding open men, taking shots. He's doing it all.
Messier, as Gretzky's on the bench, finally for a rest, brings it in. For Smith, deflected out across the blue line. 20 seconds remain in Salming's penalty. It's been a furious assault by Team Canada. 10 seconds the penalty as Lindros reaches center ice, but no further. Thomas Sandstrom for Sweden has it. Sweden ragging the puck back and forth. Will clear it now with a second to go, and back on the ice steps Salming to the bench. And Sweden's on even terms, but down by 3. 11 minutes gone in period 1 here in Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Kalle Johansson down the far boards for Sweden. They can't clear it. Here's McInnes's blast. A rolling puck. It's loose for Larmer. He couldn't get wood on it at point-blank range. Team Canada has outshot Sweden 9-4. It seems like much more than that. They've outplayed them by a wider margin. Kalle Johansson leaves it there as Sweden looking very disorganized now, feeding Sandstrom. His quick shot goes wide. McInnes leaves it in behind his own net.
Don,
There'll be a penalty.
To Al MacInnis, it's a reaction on a Thomas Sandstrom play. Sandstrom will try and drive you nuts and make you take penalties. Canadians have to watch.
This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV. McInnes off for roughing. The time's 11:46.
It's a 3-0 game. Sandstrom slashed, and then a late hit on Al MacInnis. And you see how McInnes reacts. Thomas Sandstrom will do his best when it's a 3-0 lead for the other team to draw penalties. He's smart, and he drives you nuts. And if you allow him to do it, you'll be in the penalty box, and that's something to be very aware of.
So a roundhouse right cost him a couple of minutes, and Team Sweden can certainly use the manpower advantage. Down by 3, 8:14 to go in the opening period. Dirk Graham will blast it, and he does successfully all the way down the ice here at Maple Leaf Gardens. Kalle Johansson of the Washington Capitals trying to clear. Samuelsson will take over. Feeds it ahead at center ice. Now on the right side for Kalle Johansson. Round to the far corner in the Team Canada zone. Skating forward is Ulf Dahlin. Sweden getting a chance to get something going on the power play now. Johansson. Losing it. Here is Sutter, and he clears.
Canada's done very well against the boards to this point, knocking the other team off the puck to control it.
And they steal it again. Russ Corknell has him on a quick shot. Corson couldn't get the rebound. Alf Samuelsson in behind the Swedish goal. Corson, the good skater, gets there first. Steen battles with him. Corson going down. The puck is under him. They try to poke it free, and they get it free, but the whistle sounds in the meantime.
Great way to kill a penalty in the offensive zone. Shane Corson knocks time off the clock and gets it done. Don, when Wayne Gretzky's on the ice and he's on a power play, he's the guy behind the net with a puck. Watch all the dark jerseys all turn and watch Wayne Gretzky towards the back end. And when that happens, Steve Smith can move right in. Wayne Gretzky will get the puck. He'll be back behind on the side. Everybody there watches Gretzky. In comes Smith. Missed the open net. But Gretzky tends to do that. Whenever you scout a team that has Wayne Gretzky on it, you talk about what to do when Gretzky has the puck deep.
That was a few minutes ago. It was almost a 4-0 hockey game, just that close. It is 3-0, 7 minutes to play. Team Canada in every aspect dominating tonight, even when they are shorthanded. As they are right now with 38 seconds left in the penalty to Al MacInnes. Sweden coming inside the blue line. Dropped off for Ulf Dahlin. Now this is Samuelsson. Samuelsson shot off a post. Comes down to the corner for Murphy. Murphy leaving it in behind for Scott Stevens. Cornwell helping out. Stevens gets turned around. Sweden takes over. And Team Canada clears. A very disorganized power play. Just 2 seconds left now in the sentence to MacInnes. He steps back on. Team Canada back at even strength with Team Sweden. Desjardins in the corner. This is Coffey. He's being handed by Anderson. Sweden works it ahead now. This is Forslund. Forslund's quick shot. Ranford hangs on to that. It remains 3-0 with 5:55 to go in the period. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV. Don Chevrier along with John Davidson back with you at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, where Sweden has been rocked by a Gretzky-led outburst by Team Canada here in the first period for a 3-0 Canadian lead. The line of Michael Anderson, Lars Edström, and Thomas Forslund on the ice for Sweden. This is Desjardins for the Canadians. Working quickly the Messier out of the zone. He's got Larmer on the right. In behind Larmer offside is the pass at the blue line.
Steve Larmer today was at Maple Leaf Gardens at 3:30 this afternoon for an 8 o'clock game. That's pretty early. He's an individual who does not like to sleep the day of the game in the hotel room. He says if he does sleep in the afternoon the day of a game, he'll be loggy when the game starts. So he decides, instead of laying around in a hotel room, he gets up, goes down to the arena, prepares his equipment and his mind to get ready. And obviously he's been ready for this one.
Coffey rolls it in to Lidstrom of Sweden. With 5.5 minutes to go in a bristling first period here at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you might be across the CTV television network tonight. They bunch in behind Bill Ranford and Canada's goal. It is dug free by Sweden's Edström. Trying to get some help now from Thomas Forslund. Messier strong arms him, tries to get it to Larmer, kept in. Here's the shot by Anderson and a good save by Billy Ranford. Still 3-0 Canada. This is the Labatt. Conceivable that the Soviet Union and the Czechs might miss the final round, the semifinals, the way this crazy Canada Cup is going here in 1991. They're in a big hole against the U.S. tonight, as the Swedes are here. Here's Smith now, eluding Bergqvist as he brings it out to center ice for Canada. Slipping in offside, he couldn't control himself, was Brent Sutter.
Don, Canada must have won at least 75, maybe 80% of the faceoffs here in the first period. It's something the Swedes, as a team, don't work on very hard. Pat Burns ran practice yesterday afternoon, looked to be very involved.
Face-off just outside Sweden's blue line. 5 minutes to play in the opening period. Canada on top by 3. Sutter on the face-off. Lundqvist for Sweden. Wins the draw, but it's to McInnes. Back at the Canadian blue line now to Smith. Smith falling, but sends it down the left side. Robitaille forechecking for the Canadians. Samuelsson against him as they push and shove in that Swedish corner. About a few seconds ticking off the clock while they play shinny up and down the near board. Now Samuelsson has it over on the far side. An aimless pass ends up in the stick of McInnes for Robitaille. He redirects it through and back to the Swedish corner.
That's what the Swedes don't want. They don't want the puck dumped like that, the defenseman having to face a hit from a player like Tocchet. It becomes punishing after a while.
Sundin of the Nordique with it. He's dangerous. He shoots, and Ranford smothers it, preventing a rebound to Naslund. 3-0 Team Canada. This for Toronto is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
Bill Ranford has stopped 7 shots in this first period. All 7 have been tough ones. Bill Ranford reads plays well. Watch him drop down here before he gets the shot, reading that it's going to be a low shot through a screen of Dale Howard, Chuck. Ranford read it perfectly, made another fine save.
Starting his 3rd straight game, gave up 2 to Finland first time around, and then 3 to the United States. The Canadians got their first win in Hamilton. Here's the shot from the point. Ranford locates that and smothers it once again. The blast from Samuelsson. The Labatt's Blue player of the game for Team Sweden receives the...
And did get a shot. Actually didn't win it. Howard Chalk won it, but the puck was rolling, got away from Scott Stevens. Now here Thomas Sandstrom has to take the draw for the Swedes. And he gets tossed. So Dahlin will step in now.
He'll try his hand against Howard-Czech with 4 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the first period. And Canada wins that one as well. Stevens slides it ahead for Graham. On the left, he couldn't get the pass to Shanahan, just outside the Swedish blue line. They bump in the center ice area. Now Shanahan tries to pass it rink wide. That's broken up by Sandstrom. Dahlin with him as they come inside the Canadian blue line. And Dahlin takes the spill as the puck is cleared. 3.5 minutes to go. Murphy will chase it back in his corner. Dahlin forechecking, ready for a change. Sweden trying to make their change on the fly. And now here's Murphy. Lindros. Messier couldn't get it. Bodies Salming. Heavy collision down there in the corner. Sweden coming away with it. Thomas Sandstrom eager for a change. Blasts the puck first. Right on Ranford. Now Coffey. He'll play it in behind. It gets through Soderstrom. Little flurry with a check, and he wins the puck. Now being hounded from behind by Salming. In the corner, Messier's there to help. An elbow from Salming to Fleury goes undetected by the referee. And away comes Garpenlov for Sweden. 3-on-2, they reach the line. The Fleury's back checking helps out. Here's Garpenlov shooting. That's deflected up and over the glass. 2:34 to go in the first period. 3-0 for Canada. This is the Labatt Canada Cup. On July with little Theo Fleury of Canada.
Here's Sandstrom and Stevens going at it. Watch Sandstrom give Stevens a facial and pull his helmet off. And Stevens has to remember, you don't want to get beat one-on-one in these situations, but you don't want to end up in the penalty box with a lead. Now on the ice at the same time with Theo Fleury. This is a 3-on-2 against Canada, but Fleury catches up and breaks the play up, or at least helps break it up with a nice job back checking. Fleury hustled at both ends of the ice. A strong shift.
2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in play in the first period as Canada has quickly built a 3-0 lead. Fashioned on the playmaking and the mastery of Wayne Gretzky. Larmer, Coffey, and Graham have scored the goals. 2 of them came shorthanded. Samuelson now from the point lets the shot go. Didn't penetrate the screen. They try to glove it to Larmer unsuccessfully. Sweden maintains possession. Garpenlov down there. Chasing it for Sweden is Bergqvist. Team Canada brings it back. Smith lobbing it to the blue line. Oh, Samuelson has it there. Speeding it ahead for Bergqvist. Now Larmer with it for Canada. McInnes. Corson and Gretzky with him. McInnes trying to go in low. Can't get around. Samuelson is taken down.
You know, it seems like you never get tired of watching Wayne Gretzky play hockey, and he's put on a clinic here. Saturday mornings, he'll be on television in cartoon form.
It had to happen.
Yeah, you're right. Along with Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan, pardon me, and Bo Jackson, Wayne Gretzky. It will be a cartoon Saturday mornings. It's a Michael Barnett creation called Pro Stars. And it's 3 boys, and they have a sister. And they're putting together a cartoon revolving around morals of young children and about going through different things, good and bad, and what to do. I guess it's pretty good. It had to happen. You're right, Don.
Hard to believe that Team Canada has outshot Sweden just by 10-9.
You know, all 3 of Canada's goals have originated on plays along the boards. And it's an area that Team Canada built their team to do, to be strong along the boards.
Robitaille feeding Murphy, and his shot is redirected off to the Swedish corner. Now Sweden bringing it forward. Naslund rink wide, but intercepted and poked away. A minute and a half to go in the opening period. Stevens leaves it for Luc Robitaille. He'll use the boards to pound it inside the blue line. Samuelson, Kjell Samuelson ahead for Robitaille.